What's up? This is Crass. I'm putting together this new format. Added a cool little note section right here, and then I got the keys under here, and these will be able to tell us and show us notes and chords that we do. So let me know how you like it. Basically, we're gonna get into these things. I even wrote out a little plan for us, a little lesson plan. We're gonna get into some basic chords, some melodies. I'm gonna show you how to create new ideas from that, and then I'm gonna put it all together. So in this particular video, I'm gonna use Massive, and I've already put together some sounds, pre-selected some sounds in Massive, and we're gonna go over those. Hope the sound is all good. Hope the volumes and levels are cool. I guess I could check on my phone. But again, here we have some sounds, right? And then I even have the chords on the bottom. So what I'm gonna show you how to do right now is just some very basic chords, right? So we have C, C major, that's C, E, and G. C, E, and G, that's C, that's a C triad actually. And then we're gonna put a C in the bass. So something that we can do is go from C to G. So G would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The G triad is right here. G with G in the bass line. So you can go from C and then back. So anyway, another chord we have is F, F-A-C, F, F-A-C. We put that together with the C and then the G. So you probably hear that. That's really basic stuff. So essentially what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna change the sound. So I'm gonna show you how I approach it and give you some ideas and options for you when you're making your beats. So say for instance I have this chord right here. It's a C minor chord. C, E flat, and G. It's a C minor. Then you put the C in the bass. So what you can do is you can bounce on this C. So what I'm doing right here is just instead of playing the C, E flat, G, or it's written as D sharp, I'm just taking the C and I'm moving it to D. It's still that chord. I'm just playing the keys individually, and then I'm keeping the C in the left hand. So in the left hand, I'm just going C, B flat or A sharp, A natural, G sharp or A flat, same note. Still just playing these three notes right here. You can just repeat it. So you can use that just to start a very basic melody and a chord, like a basic what would we call it? Maybe like a phrase, like a musical phrase. And just turn your metronome on, press record, and then we're gonna go at it, see what happens. notes that I'm hitting, I'm just bouncing on this G to the D sharp to the D. That's all I'm doing. Just bouncing on that. If you're at home and you can do this too, try it. And then at the very last one, I hit a C instead. And then in the left hand, I'm just going down. So you might be like, Crash, well, why do I want to learn this? Well, it's about being a versatile producer. You don't just want to be a click producer. You want to be able to play the keys so that if you get in the studio with Rihanna or somebody like that and she's singing a melody, you know, what are you going to do if she wants you to play something, if she wants to get inspired? You got to go beyond clicking. So let's hear what we did. Play the keys, it gives your music a real feel. So just for example's sake, we're going to throw in just an easy clap and then throw in a let's see, I'm gonna throw in a kick, and then we're gonna throw in a hat to show you how easy it is to put it all together. Don't know why. Oh, space bar is tripping. Alright, so. And then another thing is with, you got a lot of times turn your melody down. So here I just hit piano roll, and then I'm gonna duplicate this. Hit Control B. And then something cool with this, you can press C to cut. And then if you have other things for your melody note, like like Halftime or Isotope Vinyl, which is free, you can go to your mixing channel and then put different effects on your melody so that it Makes it sound different. You can even turn up an octave. I'm gonna quantize it, so hit Alt and then Q, and then that quantize these buttons up here, these notes up here, so that it's more on point. Okay, so let's delete all this right now. Let's take all this away, and then let's do another. Let's figure out another chord change that we can use. So another good thing about being able to play the piano, and if you start learning your chords and just your scales, is you'll have endless ideas. You'll never have beat block. How could you? Because you can just play anything. You can choose any note, and it can inspire you. So. Okay, so for this one, it's going to be the same C minor scale. I'm going to keep the same C minor. So this is C major, right? Can you hear it? That's C, E, and G. What makes this minor is if you just take the third note of the scale down 1/2 step, and that makes it C minor. So one other thing you can do is if you have C, E flat, and G, it says D sharp. Let's see if I can change that in the settings later. But so C, D sharp, and G. You can take this bottom C and move it up here to the top. So now you have it D sharp, G, and C. And you can transpose it again. Take this D sharp and move it up to the top right here. So it's like 3 different voicings with the exact same chord. So what you can do is once you have the chord is you can play around with it. And then the last time, like I did, I threw that D in there. You can just change one note and it'll give you, see, all I'm doing is just changing one note and it gives you a different sound. So even if you were doing like, which is just the chord, and then just going back and forth, that's still a melody that you can use for a beat. So let me see, I'm gonna octave it down 1 to give ourselves a lower sound. I'm just switching one note and then switch in the bass note. Oh, it's all good. Let me make sure. Can't see behind. Okay. So, let's see. And I'll record this so you can hear what I'm talking about. And I'll go into more depth and detail, but for now, I just want to show you the importance of just creating new melodies, creating new ideas, and creating new chords by just moving one single note. So let's see if we can hammer this out. Now listen. Now I know you might be like, that's not what you played. Well, it's not, but that halftime plugin is still in there. So if you check out that plugin called Halftime, you'll see that it's pretty tight. It'll like give you a different sound even from what you did. So for this time, let's see, yeah. On pattern 1, I'm gonna keep the chords. And then on pattern 2, I'm going to make the drums. So let's see. Hit L to change it to song mode. See, if you hit L, you go from pattern to song mode. Pattern song mode will take you over to this side of the playlist. Oh, okay. I got it. Moved over here. Okay. Why is that so off? And then if you want to do a counter melody or something like that, you can insert another VST. If you have Citrus, use Citrus. And then it wouldn't even really be a counter melody. It would be like the first melody. So I'll show you how to create a melody off of the chords that you're playing. So we will go here, go load up the sounds that I have. Let's see. So here's something cool that you can do. So we have the pattern here at pattern 1, and then I'm gonna copy it over to the new VST we just created. Okay, it made it go crazy, made the latency a little bit. So then we're gonna take call it like the top line melody. So we're going to delete these. Okay, so we're gonna delete this one too. And then we're gonna delete, what else are we gonna delete? I'm gonna delete, so yeah, we're just keeping the top line. That's why I guess it's called the top line melody. You basically just delete everything from the chords and keep the top line. And then, so this one is really loud because I haven't turned the VST down yet, so I'm gonna do that next. But before I do that, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna octave the whole entire thing up by holding Option and clicking hitting the up arrow. So now, first of all, I'm gonna turn this down because we saw that this sound was overpowering this sound. That's where your levels come in. And then this is gonna be the top line melody. We might even want to turn it down some more so it blends a little bit. So we have our drums right here. And we have our melody and our chords on this one. Now you have the basic ingredients of a beat. So what you can do from here is you can format it, right? So you have this line right here. You can duplicate it a bunch of times, and then you can, very basic, let's just put a basic arrangement on this. We can start off with no drums, take them out. That'll be the intro, about 10 seconds long. Drums come in. So I'm gonna hit make unique on this one. And then I'm gonna remove the top line. So it's just the chords. And then even with this one, I'm gonna take out the top line. Let's see how that sounds. And that'll make it sound unique. And these next ones, we might just want to take the drums out of the first one and then bring them back in. The next one, do the same thing. And then for this one, we'll bring back in the other sound, and this will be the hook section. And then let it ring again, and that's the hook. And then we can even bring back the very beginning, which is the intro, but now it's kind of like a bridge. It's kind of like a bridge. And then when it comes back, remember how we took out the melody? This is kind of like gonna be verse 1. Verse 2, actually. So basically, the little things I want to come away with is basic chords, like put chords together to make melodies. Bounce the notes back and forth. And for with melodies, we could say something like take the top line of your chords and then may need to place an octave higher. And then in terms of creating new ideas, just outline and trace your chords. Move a note to the left or right and hear the sound it makes from your chord. Putting it all together, add drums, change up every 4 bars. And add drops. So I hope this helped you out. I'm going to let me know if it did in the comments. Kids are starting to cry, so that's my cue. I gotta be up out. Alright, peace. Hold on, I'm getting